Hi, hello, welcome into my reselling channel, Flippin Hippos. I'm Star, and today we're taking a look at what sold on all the things. So my what sold videos have taken a new format for 2026. I'm showing you the highlight reels from all 6 platforms I sell on rather than showing you all of my sales. I sell a lot of the same items, bread and butter, very similar over and over again. And I don't want to show you the same items every week. So we go into these videos assuming that I've sold all of those bread and butter items everybody's seen a million times, and then I pull out highlights. Each one of these items is pulled for a reason, whether it's just excitement to celebrate a great sale or for a teachable moment. Because this is a teaching channel. So let me share my screen. We're going to jump right on in with this vintage Southwest turquoise statement ring that sold on eBay. Now, when I show you my jewelry sales, I don't expect that you're going to be able to go out to thrift stores and estate sales and find the same exact piece of jewelry that I find. But I hope that you can learn the types of jewelry to look for, the types of things that sell for a little bit more money. This is all costume jewelry. This is turquoise, but typically I sell all costume jewelry. I buy mine in bulk. I never know what I'm going to get. And the chances of you and me finding the same piece is not very likely, but now you know to look for these rings. They're turquoise rings, vintage rings, the rings that are long like this that would cover your whole finger, statement rings, anything that looks like antique silver. Those are going to be good finds. I pulled up the Simply Vera Wong knit hooded sweater just as an example of, again, one of the mall brands I don't look over. This isn't something I get all the time and then I sell over and over again, like my American Eagle jeans. But I don't typically pick up this brand unless it's something unique. This was a double XL long hooded knit sweater, unique. I charged $8 for shipping, so this is an all-in sale of about $25, and then I marked it 30% off. So that's still a decent bread and butter. Another example of jewelry. Will you find this exact white tiger pendant? No, but look for pendants with animals, whether it's a white tiger, an eagle, a turtle, a pig. People love their animals, and if it's a realistic looking animal like this under a glass dome, even better. Silver jeans are the bane of my existence because once upon a time when I was a new reseller, these were my favorite jeans to source, and I found them in abundance locally, even here in Pittsburgh. And I would pay $1 if it was 99-cent day and like $5 if it wasn't. Jeans here are now $9 to start. I don't usually pick them up here anymore unless it's 99-cent day. I get most of my jeans these days from ThredUp. However, my point is, when I first started selling silver, I listed them at 50 and then they went down to 40. You can see that these sold for 30 all in, and that was with a 50% off clearance. So these would have originally been listed at 50. And I put them on the 50% off clearance because I know that nowadays they sell for 30 to 40. So that's just an example of the race to the bottom for you guys and how over time brands can lose their value. I always say it's because turds don't price properly, and then people always want to come in my comments and argue with me and say it's because things just lose value over time. No, they don't. If every seller on eBay always priced silver jeans at $50, that's what they would be worth. Oh, but if people aren't willing to pay $50 and they're not worth that, the economy fluctuates. And there will be times when people can buy $50 silver jeans and times when they buy $20 Walmart jeans. It's our job to price things at the correct prices so this doesn't happen. I'll get off my soapbox and show you my Hollister jeans. Longtime viewers know this is one of my favorite bread and butters to sell. Many resellers avoid Hollister like the plague. Great, more for me. I sell them for, these sold for $22 all in with shipping. I sell them for 20 to 25 all day, every day. They're small sizes. They're usually skinny jeans. I love them. Will I pay more than $1 for them? No. But if you can find them at the bins or, $2 or less somewhere, I always suggest grabbing them. And then H&M Divided. Again, it's one of those brands. It's kind of not exciting. It's not so great. But a puffer jacket, you think I'm not going to pass on this? No. I would pick up a black puffer jacket that was a Walmart brand. This is a size medium, full zip, high color. They paid $13 for shipping plus the $18, so it's $31 all in. This is a beautiful piece of jewelry. So again, you're not going to find this exact piece. But you've seen a trend this week. I had the tiger pendant and this pendant. If you can find really unique, artsy or animals or just cool pendants, people will pay as much for them as they will for a piece of a necklace that's a piece of costume jewelry. They'll pay the same or more just for the pendant by itself. This is glass. It's got this cosmic swirl, and on Poshmark, they pay the shipping in addition to this $26. So this is a pretty decently priced pendant. So look for pendants, look for glass jewelry, look for animals, things like that. We have another animal coming up later too. Another animal piece. Lane Bryant, just a decent bread and butter brand. It too doesn't sell for what it used to, just like silver. And the other really good plus size brand is Torrid. But Lane Bryant and Torrid are still decent brands to pick up. Plus size anything does really well on all the platforms. And this is just a tiny beaded. I wanted to click in on it so you could see the little beads, the details here. It's not chunky. It's not big. It's not a statement piece. It's very simple, very minimalistic. And it still sold for $20 on Etsy. And here's the other animals. So this sold for $55. And I might add, this was an international sale. So they spent $55 on the necklace, and I believe it was like another $27, maybe $26 on shipping. So this piece was definitely worth it to someone. It went to Japan. Isn't it beautiful though? Look at the little animals. They're so just neat. And then the last little highlight of the week is my vintage Pillsbury Green Sprout. Everybody knows the Green Giant. You remember him? He was in the commercials. Green Giant. Well, he had the little guy with him sometimes, and that was the little Sprout. This is a vintage hand puppet from the Pillsbury Company. And it sold for $17 on Mercari, which is a decent plush sale on Mercari. I got him so long ago, I think I paid $0.25, maybe 50 cents for him. He was waiting for the right home, and he finally found it. But I did want to mention puppets. Back when I was really into selling plush, and I was the plushie queen, I always talked about puppets. Of course, you're going to find puppets like Folk Manus and the really big ones that are going to go for buku money. But even the Melissa and Doug, like replacement puppets from their play sets, they sell decently. So don't overlook puppets or vintage plush. And look for animal jewelry, glass jewelry, and decent brands of clothing. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything you saw in this video today, let me know in the comment section. I do respond to everybody. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It helps me feed my hungry hippos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.